So today, guys, we have this, a Samsung Galaxy J6 model phone. Now, if you're wondering why this phone has like a weird like background, like from one of those football teams, wait, let me just pull this cable towards me so that it's at least a bit more. So if you're wondering why this phone has this background and all these pre-installed apps, and that's because my sister used to use this phone and now she doesn't use it anymore. I mean, she does use it like rarely for like, I don't know, like alarms, or if her like other phone runs out of battery. But yeah, this phone is now rarely used. This was like my sister's really old phone, and one day I just like found it, and once my sister bought a new phone, she switched it, and I decided, hey, you know what, let's see, what kind of power this phone holds in now. Yeah, I know a lot of people will say that it's not fair, or that it's not really the most fair look at this phone, especially because it's not factory reset or anything similar. But since my sister still uses this phone rarely from time to time, I decided that I just have to just let it be like this. So first we're gonna look at the specs of this phone real quick. So I don't even remember, was there like, oh wait, I think more apps. Aha, there we go. Okay, there's more apps. And if I, oh, okay, so you turn it like this. Okay, where is the settings app now? It should be somewhere around here. Also, yeah, I do have it on charging because, yeah, okay, where are the settings? I'm blind. Okay, but here we are, and now let's just scroll down here and about device, and let's see these specs. So okay, yeah, I was actually wrong. This is a J3 from 2016. It's not a J6. So this is a Samsung Galaxy J3 from 2016. The model number is an SM J320FN. And the software info, it runs Android version 5.1.1. This is the baseband version, the kernel version, the build number, the SE for Android status, and the security software version. If we go back, let me just do it like this. Okay, so if we go back, and if I let's see, model number, device name, okay, we don't really need to change that. Status, legal device name, software info, battery info. Let's see the battery info. Okay, so the battery status, you can't really see much there. What about status? Is status, oh, okay, let's just get out of here, because I just leaked I almost leaked my IP address right there. So yeah, but I don't really know where it says about the device's specs and stuff like that. So now we're gonna look at the general UI of this phone. Now, this phone, I mean, it has your typical Android, like old Android UI, like the typical old Android UI that, the typical old Android UI that you would expect in most old Android phones at the time, and like the typical apps and stuff like that. Weirdly enough, this phone, I believe, I'm not sure, let me try to open the Play Store. I don't think the Play Store works on this phone, if I'm not wrong. I don't think it does, but let's see. So let's see, you can see how little amounts of memory and RAM this phone has. But okay, here we go. Okay, we've opened up the Play Store, and let's just try and download some kind of game or something like that. I don't know, let's try Duolingo. Why not? Let's try Duolingo as a little test for this phone. It shouldn't be too hard for this phone to run. And accept, of course, and now we'll go inside of this phone. Not now. And yeah, so this phone, I had a similar phone. I think I had the exact same phone like a few years ago as my main phone, and from what I can remember, it was alright, but the battery life and the overall build quality was absolutely horrible. You'd drop this thing like once and it would break into a million pieces, or like the battery would only last for like a few months before you'd have to like fix it and like swap it and stuff like that. And yeah, also you might see that we're in a different, I guess, in different surroundings for this video. That's because, you know, I live in a school dormitory, and on weekends I'm at home, and during the rest of the week, I'm at the school dormitory. So if you see videos being recorded in this surrounding, then that means that I'm at home. But if you're seeing if you're seeing videos being recorded in this background or in that surrounding, then that means that I'm in the school dormitory. Just so you guys know, if like the backgrounds and surroundings change from time to time. But yeah, you can see how slowly this phone this phone downloads even Duolingo, and how slowly it opens apps in general because of how little amounts of RAM and space, like memory, this phone has, and also because of the weak Wi-Fi card in this phone. My internet would usually download Duolingo like like decades ago, you know, like technically said like decades ago, right? But because my internet is like at blazing speed, right? It is like blazing fast, and installing this like Duolingo on my, let's say on my laptop or on my phone, on my main phone that I use now, or even on my sister's new main phone that she uses now, this would have downloaded like ages ago. But yeah. So yeah, once Duolingo downloads, I'll cut to once Duolingo downloads, and I'll see you there. All right, so I am actually back, and while I was gone, I decided to do a bit of research on this phone, try to find out what the specs on this phone are, and the specs should all be shown currently right now on the screen for you guys to see. And yeah, I'll be honest, these specs, I mean, they surprised me. Like, come on, like, okay, I'd expect these specs for a phone from like the year 2010 and earlier, but for a phone made in 2016, like, I'm sorry Samsung, but I honestly expected way more. Like, don't get me wrong, I never expected, you know, a full-on fledged gaming phone or like a gaming device or like some kind of extremely powerful phone, but Jesus Christ, I didn't expect this phone to be this weak either. But our first test is just going to be a general, just some general scrolling, I guess. So we're gonna go into the home section. If I go into the home section real quick, there we go. Amazon, and click on this right here, and here we go. Amazon, go into Amazon, and here we are inside of Amazon. Oh, okay, whoa. Okay, I don't know if you guys can see this, but this phone does not know how to load pictures, right? Like, I don't know if you guys can see this, but like the pictures are in such a low resolution. They look so weird, and also look at how much it's like. Oh my god, what? The entire page just. Okay, there we go. Okay, whoa. Okay, that took quite some time to load up, and even then, after I loaded it up, it's quite laggy. But okay. Let's go, and I don't know what should we search for. Wait, can we zoom out or no? Okay, dismiss. Let's see. Can we like search up anywhere? Okay, no. What can we look at? Let's look at some desktop. Sure, why not? Some desktop PCs. Okay, not too bad. Mini PCs on Amazon are quite a big scam. You can find some good mini PCs, but most of them are scams. Like most of these like gaming PCs, which are from like separate, not so well known Chinese brands. Most of the time, they're just literal scams, and yeah, I do not recommend you buy mini gaming PCs from unknown brands. If you're gonna buy a gaming mini PC or just whatever kind of mini PC, then at least buy it from an own brand. So examples are like HP, Dell, and stuff like that, you know, because you're either gonna get what you didn't expect, or like a worse version of what you expected, or you're just gonna get completely scammed. So yeah, that happens like 90% of the time, which yeah, it's not good. As you can see, there's quite a lot of these deals which might look like they're good deals, but when they actually arrive, they might actually, you know, they might actually not be what you expected. So for example, sure, yeah, this Acer Aspire TC with an Intel Core i5 14th generation, that's pretty good. Or for example, this Dell Optiplex with an i7 is pretty good as well for office work and for some light gaming. And what else? Yeah, so these like Dell, HP, Acer mini PCs, they're pretty good, they're trustful, but the other ones, or like especially Geekom as well. Geekom is a great brand for mini PCs, and like especially in the gaming brand, like in the gaming scheme of things. But otherwise, you know, if you haven't made enough research on the brand, and if the brand is not well known or something like that, then I don't recommend you buy them. Or if you really want to buy that specific PC from like some kind of unknown brand which you don't really trust, then at least look at the reviews and at least do your research, because if you don't do your part, if you don't do your research, if you don't look at reviews, then you might just get scammed, or you might not get what you expected. So yeah. But yeah, this is just general scrolling through Amazon right here, and it's quite wonky, not gonna lie. I expected way worse for the horrifying specs that this phone has, but you know what? For the specs that this phone has, I can say that this is alright. The page, of course, does take ages to load in, and it does get quite laggy at the start, but once it does load everything in, it's sort of used. I mean, it's good, but look at how much delay there is when I'm trying to scroll up and down. It's really wonky and glitchy. So yeah, in general, like browsing and stuff like that, for example, like how we did here with Amazon, probably like a 6 out of 10, you know. But now if we exit here, let's go on to the games that I mean, they're not all games, but let's look at the games and apps that we've downloaded. So first we're going to look at Pinterest right here. Just going to scroll a bit on Pinterest, you know, see how much this oh my god, bro, what? Okay, so, you know, just let's just see like how much, you know, how well it is for like general stuff like this. So yeah, it's pretty good, you know. I mean, from a first stand view, like from a first point of view, it's pretty good. Not really any. Let's try and load up a video, like for example this one. Wait, let me put this video on pause. So the speakers are actually pretty good. I actually expected the speakers to be way worse. Listen to this. I mean, you know what? For what kind of phone this is, for the kind of phone that this is, you know what? The speakers are actually pretty good, and with like the video replay and stuff like that. But yeah, for the specs of this phone in general, it can run Pinterest pretty well, at least from like a first standpoint, or like from a first point of view. This can run Pinterest pretty well. But yeah, let's look at the next one now, the next app, or you know, like the next app on our list, which is Duolingo. Let's see how how it's gonna fare against Duolingo. So we're gonna get a little more complex now because Duolingo uses quite a lot more complex animations, and it does need to load in quite a few more things than on Pinterest. So yeah, okay, get started. Continue. Okay, yeah. Which language? Sure, I'll go with French. Why not? Okay. How did I hear about Duolingo? I don't know. Other, I guess. I'll say I'm new to French, although I do know quite a lot of French. Why are you learning French? Other. I really have a reason right here for learning French. I'm just benchmarking this phone. I mean, benchmarking is quite a harsh word, This isn't even benchmarking. This isn't even proper benchmarking, but yeah. I don't know. Sure, 3 minutes a day. We'll just pick the lowest amount of time. So yeah. Learning. I mean, yeah. Okay, learning French for the first time. Why not? Continue. Come on. Oh, okay. There we go. Did you guys see how much time it took for it to load up while I was pressing that continue button? Oh my god! I thought that the whole app just froze and crashed. Okay. On is 1. Let's go. Whoa. Do you guys see how laggy it is? I don't even know if you guys can see what it's like. So laggy. Was that the man? I don't even. Yep. Okay. There we go. Yeah, that's a cat. Here we go. On. There we go. Next up, we've got. I think it's garçon. Oh yeah. It's okay. Yeah. Well. Yeah. You as you can see. It works, but like it's quite laggy and it takes a lot of time for it to load in stuff. On home, that's a boy. No, yeah, no, that's a man. Wait, I got a man. There we go. Okay.
Le chat.
The cat.
Le garçon.
The boy. There we go. Okay.
Un garçon.
On garçon. There we go. Alright, so yeah. Okay, so yeah, Duolingo works quite alright on this phone. It actually works quite well, although it does take quite a bit of time for it to load stuff in, and it is quite wonky and laggy. So I don't know, if I was to rate Pinterest, it would probably be like a 7 or like an 8 out of 10. Duolingo would be more of like on 6.5 to 7 out of 10. So yeah. But the final app we're going to be like quote unquote benchmarking here on this phone is Worldbox, which typically works with low-end devices and is a really cool game which works with devices like this. So yeah, let's just see. So it's loading in. Aha, there we go. Okay, that's nice. So it's loading in. Oh, there we go. This is actually managed to load in. Go. Oh my god. It is so laggy. Oh, okay, this is... Oh man, this is lagging so hard. Wait, okay, press anywhere to continue. Oh no. Yeah, I think this is the limit of this phone. And I was thinking about running Minecraft on this phone, yeah. Oh boy. Oh man. Okay, fine. How laggy? Oh my god. Okay, it's not that laggy, but it's still quite laggy and there's quite a big delay. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's just try and do something. So I don't know, let's try and like spawn in some people. Oh my god, this is so laggy. Okay, yeah, this phone is being pushed to its limits right here, and it's okay. Wow, it's actually getting pretty hot now. Okay, yeah. Let's just spawn in like a few people. It doesn't even want to spawn in people because it's lagging so much. Wait. Oh my god, no, this... Okay, finally, there we go. Took like 5 minutes to spawn one person in. But yeah, oh my goodness, yeah, this phone is definitely not made for playing games like this. So yeah. Oh boy, yeah. I don't think we're gonna be able to get much farther with this phone. Um, uh, yeah, I know. Wait, let's just try and like draw something. You know, wait. Let's just try to draw something. Okay, this is wait. Okay, it is starting to get less laggy. Although, oh my god, do you guys see that lag? Like there's so much delay and lag as I drag the ground like across. Oh my god, as I drag my finger across. Jesus Christ. Okay, so yeah, we've found out that this phone, or at least for this phone, Worldbox is probably Worldbox in similar games are probably its limit. I mean, it's lagging quite a lot. It's quite unstable. There's quite a lot of delay, and it's getting quite hot, like really hot right now, especially up here. So this is most likely the limit of this phone. And if I was to rate how much or like how well Worldbox works on this, probably like a 2 or 3 out of 10. Probably doesn't even deserve that. But yeah, now let's go and finish this video off, I guess. So what do I think about this phone? Well, the specs are horrible, the build quality is pretty bad, the battery life is pretty bad, and the overall temperatures are also pretty bad. I mean, you run like a simple game like Worldbox and it gets really hot. It's still really hot. It hasn't completely cooled down yet. Overall, who would I recommend this phone to, and like what are my end opinions? What are my opinions for the end of this video about this phone? This phone's only use in modern times is for people who generally use their phones only for calling people and for simple, like really simple browsing and texting people. That's like the only use / demographic that I really see this phone being realistically used in, besides if you want to like experiment with ROMs and old devices and whatnot. Because this phone has absolutely horrible specs. For its time, this phone does not deserve like for its time, this phone is pretty bad. I'm not gonna say that for its time it's horrible, because for its time it's alright. It's like an entry-level phone, like it's sort of bad, not horrible. But for modern day times, using this phone, it is absolutely horrible. I mean, with only 8 gigabytes of space, 8 gigabytes of space, not RAM, space, 8 gigabytes of hard drive or disk space besides for that. And so, yeah, my final opinions on this phone are that if you want something more, even a little bit more than texting, a very simple texting and scrolling, then just get something better like the J6, or just something like at least a bit better. You can get a phone at the same price range. You can get way better phones at the same price range while still, using them and, having like a way better experience. But yeah, if you buy a phone like this, then I'm truly sorry for you.